Guys, we've seen a lot of strange phones from TikTok in the past, you know, anything from fake Galaxy phones to weird kids phones, but today I have a $500 rugged phone from TikTok that supposedly has 2 fully functional screens, and in this video, we'll test it out to see if we got a deal or if we've been scammed again because something feels off. Let's check it out. Guys, taking it out of the packaging here, it looks very rugged and it's in a massive box. What on earth? First things first, we got some manuals there, which I don't care about. Also got the phone, which holy crap is a behemoth. This thing is humongous. What on earth? Even got a pre-installed bubble in the screen protector, which is always awesome to see. But let's go and take a closer look at the phone here. You can see on the front, we got our punch out for our camera, which is pretty typical. Here on the top, we have this giant oval thing. I don't know what that's for. Also got a little sensor right there. Even got a headphone jack, which is, you know, kind of nice here in 2025. And flipping to the other side, we got some more buttons, some more screws as well, probably the volume button, power button, standard stuff. And flipping to the back, we have this thing at the top, which looks like a rim on a car, which is interesting. And also, we have like 3 lenses around the outside of it for, I guess, for our cameras. Also, probably a flash right there and maybe a sensor down there. And of course, the true star of the show, we have a screen on the back of the phone, which I assume is fully functional, but I don't know. We'll test it out later in the video and see what that thing can do. See if it's a touchscreen, see if it like has additional functionality that the front screen doesn't have. I don't know, but we'll find out. And yeah, obviously this thing is just humongous. Let me go ahead and weigh it on the scale to see how heavy it is. So in terms of weight, it's actually not the biggest phone we've seen on this channel before. It's a little bit over a pound, but let's go ahead and turn this thing on and see what it can do. Okay, boot it up here, and at first glance, the screen looks pretty high quality. We have a little bit of a fading up there, which is, I don't know, pretty typical for a punch out in the screen. But you know, at least the battery icon is showing on the screen, unlike the phones I saw last week in my video where I got stuff from Dollar General and the battery icon was falling off the screen. Now guys, phone booted up here, we have a nice background there. I like that. And also the viewing angles on this thing are actually very solid compared to a lot of other phones. Now, obviously it is $500, so it should be a pretty good phone, but let's go ahead and scroll around and see what's pre-installed here. Looks like we have all of the Google apps, the whole Google suite of apps just pre-installed. We've got Freezer. What? Huh? Oh, you add apps to it to make it run faster. Whatever, we'll skip that. Also got Netflix, remote control, Sim Toolkit, widget box. So honestly, not that much bloatware on here, just some fairly random apps. And yeah, not really sure how to use the back screen because the back screen is not on. So does this thing even work? How do I turn that on? We'll test it out in a second, but first I want to test out our camera because the cameras look very funky. Let's start with the front facing camera, their selfie cam here, and okay, that's not bad. Now again, $500, so it should be pretty good. But you can see there it's pretty solid. Let's go ahead and try our back facing cameras now. We have what? We have a 1x zoom, a 2x zoom, and a 0.6, not 0.5, 0.6. We'll try it out. 0.6 of course won't be the best because it's zoomed out more. That's 1x and that's 2x, and I feel like both of those are a bit more grainy than I'd like to see. So yeah, not amazing there. Another interesting thing I noticed in the camera settings are the night vision camera here. So let's go ahead and try that out and see how that works. Let me turn our lights off here. Okay guys, I'm sneaking around my room now, and wow, this thing actually works really well. I can see everything in my room, and every light is off. So this is yeah, this is good. But wait, hold on. We have photo, and then we also have 50 megapixels. Is that a different camera? What's the difference here? I don't know. Honestly, the 50 megapixel looks a bit more grainy to me, but let's go ahead and check out the settings on this thing and see what this thing is packing next up. I hope it's packing something big. Let's go ahead and check it out. So first of all, storage, we got 512 gig free, so that's not bad. Got plenty of storage here. Now, in terms of brightness, this thing gets yeah, it gets pretty dang bright. It even says the screen is too bright when you make it brighter than like 80%. Now, in the About phone here, we have a Dimensity 7300 8-core, 2.5 gigahertz. Wait, hold on. Dimensity. What a strange word. But anyways, we got Dimensity 7300 8 cores, 2.5 gigahertz CPU. Sounds decent. We're also on Android 14, which is not the newest, but you know, also not super old like some of those other phones that are like on Android 18. Now, another thing I want to test here is our fingerprint and our face unlock settings here. Let's go ahead and see how those work. I'm not really sure where the fingerprint is. And oh, it looks like the home button here is a fingerprint sensor. Let's test that out. And yeah, sure enough, that works. And the face, wow, that was fast. That was a little sus. Let's try that out. I mean, it works, but that was not nearly as in-depth as Apple's Face Unlock or just normal Android, so yeah, a little strange. And then here we go. All right, we got some dual screen settings and also an infinite halo. What does that mean? Also a custom key. Hold on, is there a, oh, that's nice. Okay, so you have power and then volume on this side. As you can see, that's volume. Power right there turns it off. But on this side, we have our custom key. What can we customize that to? Underwater camera, screenshot, open SOS. That sounds, let's do that. Yeah, I want to do that. Double click, we'll try, screenshot's kind of nice actually. Long press, underwater camera. All right, let's try the SOS. 3, 2, 1, what is it? Oh, shoot. Whoa. Okay, so it actually is calling it 911 when I do that. Hold on. I guess that's actually a nice feature, but that's a little dangerous. Now, double click a screenshot. That's nice. Long press is open underwater camera. Okay. Looks the same to me so far, but I guess if I go underwater, it'll maybe work better. We'll test that out later, but I want to go back and test out our speeds, see if the Wi-Fi in this thing is decent. And as you can see, 400 down, about 500 up, so definitely on par with what I should be getting over the air on my Wi-Fi network. I am very curious to see what this infinite halo thing can do. Let's try that first. So music halo. I'm assuming the halo has something to do with this thing here, but I'm not really sure. Oh, yo. Okay, so when you charge this thing, you can set it up to do something like constant or flicker. Okay, yo, so the backlight there will flash. Oh, yo, that's so cool. You can also do leaps for when you're getting an incoming call. That's pretty cool. Let me turn the lights down so we can see this better. So leaps here, you can see it flashing. It's honestly not that bright, but it is a nice little addition. I also want to try out the ramble here. What does that do? It looks like it just flashes slower. All right, let's go ahead and try out our dual screen settings, see what this thing can do. So display mode, we have dual screen intelligence display. What? Hold on. I'm not quite sure I understand this display mode thing. I guess it just intelligently splits the screen. We also have main screen display, sub screen display. Okay, let's start with the dual screen same display and see what that looks like. And oh wow, yeah, there it is. Dude, that's ridiculous. Let me take this screen protector off, and sure enough, is this a touchscreen? It's not, I don't think. I can't do anything with it. I can't touch, yeah, it's not doing anything. But yeah, sure enough, that is, yep, that's the same screen on both sides. All right. Oh wait, hold on. I can switch this up so that the back screen is, yo, wait, hold on. Okay, so now the back screen is touch enabled. Yo, that's sick. And the front screen is not. I don't know why you'd want this, but this is actually so sick. What in the world? Hold on. Like, let's be real. Why would I even take a selfie photo from the other side anymore? I can just take a selfie with the back cameras, which are always going to be better than the front camera. I look like I'm standing in 200-degree heat right there. What is going on? That's wild. Now I got to find my way back to the settings on this little tiny screen. So let's go ahead and try to do that. Come on, man. Can I scroll? It's not the best feeling touchscreen, but it works. Now, what happens if I try the brightness here? Will that change both sides? It does. So the one brightness indicator changes both sides of the screen. Now it's super bright on that side and bright on this side. That's interesting. Okay, flipping back to the front here, let's go ahead and change our display mode. I'm going to try sub-screen display. I'm not really sure what that does. Okay, so it's just one display at a time. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not sure why you want to only use the one in the back and not the one on the front, but all right, sure. There's also main screen display, so it should go ahead and flip it around. So that one will turn off. This one will turn on if I could not press the power button. Yep, so that makes sense. How about dual screen intelligence display, which is the one I'm most curious about. I'm not really sure what this thing will do. So it looks like if you're at a certain angle, maybe it'll switch the screen to the back because it's not doing anything right now. Ah, that makes sense. So watch this. If I have the phone facing towards me, like, you know, let's say you pull your phone out of your pocket, but wait, first of all, this thing is absurd in my pocket. Like, it's so heavy, it's gonna drag, my pants are gonna fall down. So that's one thing. Oh, I also accidentally pressed the SOS button, that's dangerous. But anyways, watch this. So let's say I have my phone pulled out of my pocket. I pull it up like this. I press the open button, and sure enough, pops up on this screen. Now let's go ahead and try the opposite way. I'll go ahead and lock it, turn it around. Let's say I pull it out of my pocket, and I want to open it up on the small screen here. I'll pull it out and press our unlock key, and it automatically pulls it up on the small screen. Yo, so okay, so it's using the whatever you call the thing inside that basically determines how you're tilting it. That's kind of cool. Nice. Now, to be honest, I was kind of hoping there'd be a display mode where it'd like work somehow in some fancy way with different apps, but I haven't seen that yet. We do also have a screen switch mode here, which is tap the screen to switch the floating icon and flip to the subscreen within 5 seconds to continue using. What? Oh, okay, so there's a little button there. You enable that, press the button, and after 5 seconds, I guess it'll turn off this screen and flip to the back. Oh, so it gives me 5 seconds to flip over. Okay, so if I flip over, then it'll enable. If I don't, though, it just won't. So flip it over. And boom. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Again, not really sure. Well, no, that is useful if you're using it for your camera. Hold on. So let's say you want to take a selfie, you press this button, go ahead and flip it around, click on the camera, take a photo. So now we're done with this screen. We'll go ahead and switch back to this one, and yeah, there it works. Wow, it's kind of fancy. Now next up, I want to do some of the standard tests, like watching YouTube, downloading some apps, and making sure all those things work. But so far, this thing is like lightning quick, so I don't foresee any issues there, but we'll try it out anyway. Pull up a video on the channel, loads right up. Of course, it's a TikTok ad, because it always is. By the way, this phone came from TikTok, so surprise, surprise, a TikTok ad. They're double dipping here. Go ahead and rotate. Yep, that looks good. Check out our quality here. What can we do? Can we go to 4K? Yeah, there's 4K. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. You can even zoom in, of course, which makes sense. Yep, no lagging at all or anything, so that's cool. But next up, we'll go back to the store and download some apps. We're going to download Subway Surfer, make sure that works fine. And we'll also download a device info app just to kind of check out some of the specs and see what this thing is really packing, if you know what I'm saying. Let's check it out. And no lag at all, and of course, this is just, again, a far cry from what I usually get from TikTok, so very surprising to see, and yeah, it's running perfectly fine. So next up, we'll go ahead and go back, check out this device info tab, and get some more info about this phone and see what it's really really doing here? So yep, Android 14 patched back in March of 2025. We do have the MediaTek Dimensity 7300X there. Let me look that up and see if that's any good. So looking it up, it looks like it's a pretty good CPU for mid-range smartphones, which I'd consider a $500 smartphone probably mid-range, especially since it has, you know, 2 screens on it. And scrolling around some more of the battery, I'm really curious about what we have here. 11,000 milliamp hours, which not surprising at all, but again, dude, 11,000 milliamp hours. I think my iPhone 16 has like 5,000 or something, so it's more than double the size there, which is, you know, just absurd. Wi-Fi looks good. We got Wi-Fi 6 on this bad boy, which is good to see. Now our display here is 2460 by 1080p, which is I'd say a pretty solid screen resolution. Also 120 hertz, which you can clearly tell from scrolling around. Now, obviously you can't see that on camera because you're watching a 30 FPS video here, but it definitely is very smooth. We even have some HDR supported in here, which is kind of nice. And it says the screen is 7 inches. Let me go ahead and verify that. Yep, looks about 7 inches. Cool, so that's not lying there. And I gotta say, not a huge fan of the cameras, but we have 50 megapixels on the back, 32 on the front, another 50 on the back, and another 64 megapixel on the back. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of those. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I'm looking at the specs here on this little piece of paper that came installed on the phone. Hopefully you can see that, but it says it has a 12,800 milliamp hour battery, but of course, as we just saw in this app right here, it's apparently only 11,500 milliamp hours, so which is it? That's a little sus. And also, I noticed it says Halo speaker here. Hold on. Let me test out the speakers on this thing and see how those sound. Oh yeah, sure enough, the speaker, that is the speaker there.
Horrible sellers that make it their mission to ruin your day.
Okay.
eBay sellers.
Oh, and that gets loud. Wow. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this phone. Let me know what you think down below about it. I think that the back screen is awesome, but the use case for it is so slim that it's like, should you buy this thing? I don't know. It's pretty neat, but guys, let me know down below what you think about this thing. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see another weird phone, check out this other dual screen phone I got from TikTok. It's not good. Check it out. I'll see you next time.